Then India constitute 1 by 50th position in the world land. It means it compromises of 2.4% of the land area. Okay, and in comparison to the water resources, if we talk in comparison to the world, then India is 125th of the world water resources is constitutes. It's everywhere. It's 1/6. It means that the 5% of water uh, uh, in comparison to the world are constituted by the India. So over here you can see that, and India's population is very high, and since we are constituting the 2.4% of land area and 5% of water resources, but the India's population is very high, and because of that we have to manage our irrigation system with a efficiently. Okay, otherwise it will be a very much problematic for having the higher yield as well as for feeding our population. Okay, so this is the role of water, means the importance of water in India. Okay, then depending and because of that, India of our depending of our natural resources, there are two distinct reasons. Okay, what is there? There are two distinct reasons and which can be recognized in India as the water resources. The first one is the endo-gangetic.
Richa, Richa, you are the host now. You continue. I am leaving.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Endo-gangetic plain region, and the second one is the coastal areas of Andhra, or you can say Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so these two are usually the two distinct or the major irrigation region in India, and you all know this Endo-Gangetic plain is usually comprising of the states of the Punjab, your Haryana, and the plains of Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and some plains of your Jammu and Kashmir also. Okay, so the two distinct reason is Endo-Gangetic plain and the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Who these are the most efficient water resources you can say. Then if we talk about which crop is very much under the irrigation, then the first name will come of the sugar cane. This is the most irrigated crop in India. After that, we are having wheat, then we are having rice, and at last we are having in our main important crops we are having in cotton. Okay, so these principal crops are usually having consideration of irrigation and irrigation and
Yes, Amma, continue.
Sorry, due to network issue, it gets disconnected. So we have for different crops we have discussed. Okay. Then now, if we talk about the state, which state is having over here, just if we talk about the states, which state is having the first rank, then the name will be your Punjab. Punjab usually rank first with 95.2% cropped area under the irrigation. Okay, then we are having in Haryana. After the Punjab, the second rank holder in irrigation is Haryana, which usually comprises 78.2% cropped area under irrigation. And if we talk about the Uttar Pradesh, then it is 65.8%, which holds the third position. Okay. So over here we have seen that the Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh irrigation. And now if we talk about which state is having more area under the canal system or different system of irrigation, then see, if we talk about the highest area under canal, then your answer will be Uttar Pradesh. And if we talk about highest area under tank irrigation, then your answer will be Andhra Pradesh. And if someone asks about highest area under well irrigation, then your again answer will be Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and the second thing, if someone asks about the total gross surface area or the highest utilization of available potential, well, the first one, the highest utilization of available potential over here means your irrigation potential. Okay, this we will discuss later also ki what is the irrigation potential, and then your answer will be the Tamil Nadu. Okay, then if we someone asks about the total gross irrigated area by surface water, means we are not using the groundwater but we are using the surface water for measure gross irrigation, then your answer again will be the Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and if we talked about over here about the lowest utilization of available potential, then your answer will be over here, it's Assam. Okay, if we talk about the highest utilization, then it's come to for available potential. Well, over here it means that if we are having suppose we are having 100 kilometer cube water, or then and we are using that 90 kilometer cube of water or for irrigation efficiently. Okay, this is the case in the Tamil Nadu, but if we talk about the Assam, then might be if 100 kilometer cube volume of water is there in the Assam, but we are able to use only 10 kilometer, means over here or whatever the irrigation potential is there, but we are not able to use that water efficiently. Okay, then, if someone will ask you about the 100% gross irrigation, this is very important question ki 100% gross irrigation area, then your answer will be the Mizoram. Mizoram is the city or the you can say the capital where 100% gross irrigated area is available, and the highest irrigated area, then your answer will be Uttar Pradesh. Okay, over here it's irrigated area. Don't get confused with the Punjab, because Punjab ranks first with the 95.2% area, means the cropped area under the irrigation. But over here it's only about the irrigated area, because if we compare the Punjab area and Uttar Pradesh area, then Uttar Pradesh area is more. Okay, but in Punjab, what is there, your the cropped area are more in under the irrigation than in comparison to the Uttar Pradesh. So all these are objective questions usually asked in the exam, so focused on these. Then if we move further, then we are having the irrigation potential. And if we talk about the irrigation potential, well, then total irrigation potential of India is 139.9 million hectare. Okay. And out of these, this irrigation potential which we are using by the groundwater, it's constitute 64 million hectare. And if we talk about the irrigation potential of surface water, then it is 75.9. And on summation of these two, the groundwater and the surface water, it comes 139.9 million hectare. And again, if we divide this irrigation potential of surface water in terms of major and medium irrigation potential and the minor irrigation potential, well, then this 75.9 million hectare, it's subdivided into two categories. Major and medium irrigation potential are to be kept together, and which constitute your 58.5 million hectare. But if we talk about the minor irrigation potential, it is 17.4 million hectare only. Okay, now it might be one question in your mind, that what is the difference between the major irrigation projects and the medium irrigation project and minor irrigation project, right? And first I have telling you that these classification of the irrigation projects are usually for the administrative convenience. Okay, okay, so if someone asks you about the major irrigation projects, then these are the projects in which the irrigation potential is usually greater than the 10,000 hectare. Over here means this major irrigation projects usually constitute that area or that irrigation where your irrigation potential, well, is greater than the 10,000 hectare. This is in the term of the irrigation potential. And the second basis of this major irrigation project is also there. This the cost of projects is usually, means major irrigation projects are those whose costs are usually greater than the rupees 5 crore. So these both the terms for the classification you have to learn. The first one for the irrigation potential, well, and irrigation potential is usually greater than 10,000 hectare land, and the cost of project is greater than 5 crore. If we talk about the medium irrigation project, then your land and will be 2,000 hectare to the 10,000 hectare. Okay, and if we talk about the cost of project, then again in this will be E equals to 0.252 5 crore. This range will be 0.25 crore to 5 crore for the medium irrigation project. Okay, and this last one, and the minor irrigation project, in this your irrigation potential is usually less than 2,000 hectare, and your cost of projects are usually less than point 0, sorry, 0.25 hectare. Okay. Now, based on the purpose served, means कि for which purpose we are usually giving the irrigation, and your irrigation projects are usually divided into two subcategories. The first one is the single purpose project, and second one will be the multiple irrigation projects. As the name usually suggests, that in this is single purpose irrigation projects, your main aim is only you have to give the irrigation to the crops. Okay, but in the multiple purpose irrigation projects, they are more aimed at the more purposes, such as the you will be giving, means that irrigation projects are usually based on for the irrigation, or you can say the control all is there, and also for the power generation, navigation, domestic, industrial, domestic and industrial water will be fulfilled. Then, based on the financial return, means what we are getting from that projects, then and we are having in the productive irrigation projects and protective irrigation projects. If we talk about the productive irrigation projects, then in productive irrigation projects, usually the cost benefit ratio not less than 1.5. Over here the basis is means the productive irrigation projects are usually defined as in which we are getting more and more or benefit. The cost benefit ratio is not less than 1.5, then it is known as the productive irrigation projects. And the last one is the protective irrigation projects, and as the name again suggests, that this protective irrigation projects usually protect us against the famine, financed, and this usually financed from famine relief fund. Okay, so these all are the types of irrigation projects. Then next we are having in the categories of water and their role in agriculture. This is also very important because these usually asked in the exams कि what is known as the blue water. So whatever water is there in the sea, lakes, rivers, canals, etc. These all are the sources of blue water, and these blue water extensively used in irrigation, means their main purpose are usually for the irrigation, and its availability it decrease with increasing the competition from other sectors. Means the irrigation water the availability of the irrigation water usually decreases is is if other sectors are having in increasing, and other sectors usually constitute your power generation, your navigation, as well as your domestic use, you can say, and industrial uses are there. If any industry is present in that area, then near that lake or a river or canal, then the irrigation water or will face a competition with that industrial water use. Okay, then we are having your green water, and in green water usually that water constitutes and which present in the soil as a soil moisture, and it's also whatever water present in the plants are usually known as the green water. and these water mostly used by the plant crops, usually the particularly you can say the forest, grasslands, and the dryland agriculture. Then the third one, we are having our fossil water, and this fossil water which we are getting from the ground water. Okay, these are usually the groundwater, and this groundwater is mostly used in agriculture, in your domestic use, and again its availability decrease with increasing the competition with other sector. Then you are having your gray water, and this gray water are the wastewater which comes from our bathrooms, kitchens, and the wash basins, and these water having the potential for use in the crop production, means they can used in the crop production also. That kitchen water waste are usually used in the crop production, which we know that also. Oh, and ideal for irrigating kitchen gardens and the lawns, which I have already told you. Then we are having the black water, and black water is usually for domestic, means that water which are present in the domestic sewage and the industrial waste are there. Here these are the sources of the black water, and they are also have the potential, but over here some technology will be used, means for the recycling and all we use the technology. And after the treating, after removing the heavy metals and whatever pathogens are present in that, maybe as it's used, means the waste of water from the industrial to maybe some microorganisms, so for any production used in that industry. So that pathogen should be removed, that heavy metal should be removed from that water, and after some technology will be used for removing that, because if they enter in the human chain, these heavy metals or the pathogen, and enter the human chain, then it will be dangerous for human health, and after removing only we can use that water in the crop production. Then at last we are having the virtual water, and these virtual water are usually used in the producing grains and animals products. Okay. Why means as you see the wheat crop is there, so in wheat crop, there are some moisture are present. Okay, so which we can't be able to see, we can't be able to justify ki, okay, in this grains or in this animal products this much water is there, like you can say in milk also. So in milk your water are there, 99% water is present in the milk. Okay. So these are the usually water which are present in the producing grains, and the animal products are known as the virtual water, and these virtual water uses or having use in their import export of the food, grains, animals products indirectly result in the export and import of water also. And it is going to assume this virtual water importance will be seen in the future. Okay, nowadays that we are in export or import through the food, grains, and animal products, we are getting it free, but in future might be, because as you all know the third world war will be on the water only. It's a production, let's see what will happen. So in the same way, if that condition will come, so this export import of food, grains, or the animal products in which the water are present, and they are also going to be charged. Okay. Then next we are having our proposed dams in the interlinking of the river projects. Okay, so in India what we are usually having two components, okay, and this proposed dams and interlinking of river projects usually developed by the Ministry of Water Resources, which was formulated by National Perspective Plan. Okay, in short, it is also known as NPP. He in the year 1919, and this NPP he is usually comprises of the two components. First one is the Peninsular River Development, and the second one is the Himalayan River Development. Okay, this Peninsular River Development usually plan to transfer around 141 kilometer cube per year. Okay, this peninsular river development usually he planned to transfer 141 kilometer cube per year, and if we compare it with the Himalayan river, then and Himalayan river is planned to transfer around only 33 kilometer cube per year. Okay. And if we talk about what is there in Himalaya, means peninsula, as you also knows, this peninsula India usually compromises is the diverse topological and climatic patterns in the South India. As we all know, this is our India, the rough diagram I have drawn. Okay, so this peninsular India usually compromises the diverse topological and climatic pattern of the South India. Okay, and this peninsula is in shape of inverted triangle. You can say, you see, this is the inverted triangle, and from the west side it is surrounded by the Arabian Sea, and from the east side it is surrounded by the Bay of Bengal. Okay, and if we talk about the north, then this north is usually surrounded by, over here we are having in Vindhya range. Okay, Vindhya range, you can say, or the Satpura range is are there. So in the north it is surrounded by that, and one line is there which is created by the Narmada river, and the Mahanadi river is traditional boundary between the northern and the southern side. Okay, as you all know, this Narmada is at Vindhya range only. He means below the Vindhya range and the Satpura range, one river is flowing. If this is Vindhya range and this is Satpura range, then in between, in one river is there, that is known as the Narmada. This in the north side is there, and then your Mahanadi, he is there in the east side. Okay, so these are also having some importance. And if we talk about the peninsular river development, then Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, and Tapti, these are the rivers which are present in the peninsular range. And I want to show you also, if this is the India, so Narmada is over here, it's flowing somewhat in the west side, right, and Mahanadi is over here. Then your Kaveri is present over here, Krishna here, Godavari over here. Likewise, these all are the important rivers in the southern side. Okay, and this southern side usually we having in 16 rivers. Okay, but over here I have shown only six river which are the important one. Okay, Then in Himalayan river development, we are having 14 in rivers, and is planned to transfer 33 kilometer cube per year. And as you see over here, these Himalayan rivers are usually having Indus river system, Ganga river system, and Brahmaputra river system. Okay. And this Himalayan river development, or the component in is essentially over here, whatever the water is over here is redistribution in Ganga basin and western India. And uh, means in Indus river system, Ganga and Brahmaputra, we have to focus on the Ganga river system. Okay. Then next we are having some important dates, okay, which usually asks. The first irrigation commission was conducted in the year 1901. Then we are having Central Water Commission, and which was developed in the 1945. Then we are having Interstate Water Dispute Act, means this act came into existence in the year 1956. Okay. Then Indus Water Treaty between India and Pakistan was signed in the year 1960. Okay. Then National Water Development Agency, this was developed in the year 1982. Whose Central Groundwater Board came into existence in the 1994 to 95. Then National Commission on Integrated Water Resources Development Program came in the year 1999. This Command Area Development Program was formed in 1974 to 75, which was renamed also as the Command Area Development and Water Management. Okay, and this renamed this CAD is usually renamed as the CADWM, and in the year 2004 on the 1st April. Okay. Then last we are having the National Water Policy, which was there in the year 1982. But then this water policy was again revised in the year 2002. So these both the dates you have to who learn. Okay. And one by one I will be showing ki what are these. So from the end we are starting ki, this National Water Commission, and which was revised in the year 2002, is usually stressed in participatory irrigation management project, means everyone and should be participate together. And over here, who everyone is going to participatory in the irrigation management, then the participants of the user, farmers, beneficiary in all aspects of the irrigation management. Okay. it, the first term over here in the water policy we have to focus PIM, and the second thing sorry, which we have to focus about the irrigation management transfer. Okay. And this irrigation management with partially giving responsibility to the water resources, and also it describes the types of PIM. Okay. Then we are having Command Area Development Program. So as I told you, this Command Area Development Program was started initially in December. Over here it's written 74 to 75. So this development program was started in the December, okay, 1974. And then in fifth 5 year plan, which you say, which was from the 1974 to 1978. And later, means first we in this CAD you were having only 60 major and medium irrigation and projects were taken in up under the CAG program, and after that covering a cultivable command area of around 15,000 million hectare. Okay, this 60 major and medium covers about your or 1,500 million hectare, and this CAD, this Command Area Development Program, objective was usually bring the gap between the potential created and their utilization, and how they are going to bridge the gap between the created and their utilization, and that can be through micro level infrastructure development and the efficient farm water management practices. And the second thing in which is usually the objective of CAD was optimization of agriculture productivity and production. Okay, if water is there, then it will be related to their production productivity, that is damn sure. Okay, then the third most important objective of the CAD is that there should be an improvement in the socio-economic condition of the farmers. Okay, so CAD usually three objectives were there, or whatever irrigation potential we are creating, that should be utilized. The second one, and there should be optimization of agricultural productivity and production, and the third one, and the condition of the farmer should be improved, the socio-economic condition. Okay, then we are having this National Water Development Agency. Okay, and this National Water Development Agency, he was set up in the July 1982 as the Autonomous Society. Okay, and there was one Society Registration Act 1860. Okay, and this National Water Development Agency usually carry out the water balance and other studies, whatever the scientific studies or the realistic basis for optimum utilization of water resources of the peninsular river system for preparation of feasibility report. Since we have discussed about the command area objectives, and the third one was the your second one was the optimum utilization. So National Water Development Agency usually he focused to carry out the water balance as well as the studies on the scientific and realistic basis, means how who scientifically is there and how the realistic basis we will be able to optimize that will be discussed in the National Water Agency development. Okay, and it also focused on our peninsular river system, which I have already told, which includes the 16 in rivers, its concrete shape of the peninsular river development components were usually the national perceptive plans, which was prepared by the Central Water Commission. Okay, and this Central Water Commission was developed in the year 1945. Okay, then we are having your Indus Water Treaty. Okay, this Indus Water Treaty is signed between. This question also asked the Indus Water Treaty was signed between which two countries? So the answer will be your India and Pakistan in the year 1960, because there was a water distribution treaty, which was signed in the 16th of September. As this treaty was signed by the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the prime minister at that time, and the between him and the president of the Pakistan, which is who was Ayub Khan at that time. Okay, and this treaty was usually he made possible by the World Bank. This question is important because this treaty between the India and Pakistan is usually brokered by the World Bank, that is the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Okay, and this treaty is about the Indus River and its tributaries. Okay, so these are the important things which we have to focus. Okay, so that's all for today. Any doubt, students? Okay, then